kind of impact that you can have in 3 days does not seem like it's going to be all that much until those 3 days have ended and you're taking the elevated train back to your hotel and you're just thinking about what the last 36 hours has provided, not just for you, but for those students too. You didn't expect to see those smiling faces leaving at the end of the day. You didn't expect to be smiling leaving at the end of the day either. Every year, Edgewood College sends down practitioners from their cross-categorical special education program to work in conjunction with Cabrini Connections, a community center in the heart of Chicago. And these students who are in preparation to become special education teachers get a chance to work with students with special needs in the inner city. And part of our mission statement is to help facilitate a transition program for these students who may not have all the resources immediately known to them. So our job is to create support networks for these kids in hopes that in the years to come that they can use these support networks like fellow family members, community members, local businesses, universities, hospitals, libraries, however it is that the rest of us accumulate all the knowledge and the data that we use to make a positive impact on our world. So by creating these relationships with these students, we sort of help to create a pathway for their future so that they can utilize these resources as they grow up and hopefully achieve post-secondary outcomes like achieving a university or attaining a job outside of high school, or possibly even doing an internship somewhere or an apprenticeship with a trades program as well. I think it's really important for local companies and companies alike to donate and interact with their local communities, because it's things like our trip where major components of it that don't even seem like the crux of the entire experience are affected by the smallest donations. When it's ACI donating money for our transportation, that's what got us around for 3 days, and we wouldn't have been able to go to any of these sites had ACI not donated the money. But there were several other agencies too that had donated, and when all of these come together, we get this sort of patchwork and the accessibility becomes greater. The transportation's available, the housing's available, the food is available, the incentives for these kids to come back is available. And without all of these agencies working together and knowing what they're providing to our group as a whole, the trip just wouldn't have been possible. So I think it's doubly important that people reconsider what kinds of effects they can have and what kind of changes they can make just because of the smallest donations that they can also offer.